Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rachel. If you are new here, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button and turn on your push notifications, the bell or whatever it's called, because I've been doing Vlogmas and I've been posting almost every single day. I've had like a few slip-ups, but it's okay. Follow me on Instagram, all the things. I always have my Instagram link down below for you guys. But yesterday on my Instagram, I posted like a Ask Me Anything, filming a little chit chat video, and I wanted to kind of do a little life update, things I've been loving, things I've been struggling with, and just like kind of talk about my future and things like that. I get a ton of questions about school and Dylan and like what I'm gonna do for my future and all that, so I wanted to kind of do a little sit down for you guys and talk about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right in and get started. I sectioned the video off with a few different like topics, but I'm just gonna kind of go in order. If I keep looking down, it's because I have all the questions on my computer screen. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I hope that you guys all enjoy today's video. So first question I have is, so 2 or 3 days ago in a vlog that I posted, I kind of like randomly talked about in like one of the clips like body image issues and like my modeling days. So I got a ton of questions about that when I posted like a Ask Me Anything on my Instagram. And so some of the questions were body image issues you said you had for modeling, more about the modeling days, who'd you model for, things like that. So I just kind of wanted to clear that up and let you guys know about that, because that's something I've never really talked about on my channel, and it was like such a big part about my life. So basically when I graduated from high school, I took a gap year from high school to college, and I signed with a modeling agency out of Atlanta, LA, and Chicago, and now the agency is called something different from when I was signed with it, but it was called Factor Chosen Management, and I'm currently no longer with them. Obviously I do YouTube now and I'm not modeling anymore, but by no means am I bashing on my agency at all, or my old agency. I loved them to death and they were very, very helpful, and I loved the ladies that I worked with. But I didn't so much love the modeling world and like the self-confidence and like body issues and like images and things like that that came with it. It definitely is like a toxic place for, I would say, body image for women. You're always constantly comparing yourself to others. Every time you go to a casting, anytime you go and try to book a job, you're always being compared to others. I mean, that's just like the world of modeling in the industry, and it's like kind of crazy, and not a lot of people understand it, and it's meant for very few girls, because clients are looking for like that exact look and that exact measurement and all that. So I kind of was getting to be, as much as I hate to say it, a little bit unhealthy. I didn't have an eating disorder, I didn't have like any restrictions, but I definitely didn't eat as much as I should have. And I was working out about 2 to 3 times a day every day, because I was constantly being told that my waist wasn't small enough, or that my legs needed to just be a little smaller and then I could get the job, or I needed to change this to my hair and I could get the job. Just like things like adding up on top of each other. And I finally like one day was like to my mom, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I can't constantly be comparing myself to others and wondering like what's wrong with me and why I'm not getting the job. You definitely have to have tough skin for that industry. But that's like with anything in the real world, honestly. Like even with YouTube, there comes like kind of like the image and things like that, but it's how you let it get to you. So I've kind of learned to not compare myself to others. I'm made the way I am, and if that client wants to book me, they want to book me because of who I am, and they don't want me to change and things like that. And so I've kind of just learned to like love myself and love my body and love my life, I guess, because I really do, and I really am happy with like the person that I've become. But I will say that I am really, really glad that I went through like the 1.5 to 2 years of modeling, because it really did open up my eyes. I worked with some great people, and I did a lot of like print ads and not as much runway, because I always needed to be maybe an inch taller or an inch skinnier, things like that. And to me, it just wasn't worth it anymore, so that's why I decided to go to school. I just wanted to put that out there. By no means am I crushing the modeling industry or saying anything negative about it, because I think it is great, but it's great for certain girls and certain looks. So if you are a model, you go girl. It's a really hard place in industry to be in, and I just wanted to clear up a little bit about that, because now I do live such a healthy like lifestyle, but it's how I want it to be, and it's like my body image and things. I'm so happy and proud of now because I've learned to love how I am. So that's just like a little recap. If you guys want to see a full video on like that, let me know, but I don't want to like take up too much time in this video. So next question, kind of more like going into like more about like the health and stuff, my workout routine and what does my diet look like. So I don't follow any specific diet. I don't follow like, I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian, I don't do food combining, keto, like any of those things. I really just eat what I think feels healthy at the moment. I do try to make really healthy choices and options, and like when I go out to eat, I'll like make sure that my meal, like alter it to be a little healthy. Like I really do try, but then again, there are days where I full out eat like fast food for 2 or 3 meals a day. So I'm not perfect, but I do like to be healthy and like try to be healthy when it comes to like what I'm putting in my body, because I do live like a really active lifestyle with like dance and stuff. So I like to put nutrition and like nutritional things into my body. So that's that. And then my workout routine, I'm on the dance team at school, so I work out 2 mornings a week, and then we have practice 2 nights a week, which is like basically another workout. So when it comes to like working out on my own, I don't have a trainer. I don't go to classes at the moment. I used to do Orange Theory and like Pure Barre, but lately I've just been going to like the local Athens gym, and I've learned that Pinterest and YouTube are great resources for like finding great workouts. I know that not everybody can afford a trainer, and it is hard and like expensive to have like classes every month and things like that. Like it does really add up. So if you are like struggling and are a person who struggle with what to do in the gym because you don't really know, definitely check out like Pinterest. I always like search whatever whatever body part I want to work that day in the gym. I'll always just search like great ab 15-minute workout, and they really do the job. And I found that that's like really obviously free and really great. So definitely check that out if you're like struggling with like you don't really know what to do and you can't really afford like a class or things like that, because that's what I've been doing and it's really great. How do I stay on a healthy track while still living my life? So I think that you won't be able to live a healthy lifestyle until you don't think of it as something that's like complicated. So living a healthy lifestyle shouldn't be like restricting yourself. So obviously there are restrictions, but you can't think of it like that. If you just like day by day kind of like add in a healthy routine into your routine, like a healthy step into your routine, like every morning start with a really healthy breakfast instead of eating like a cinnamon roll and like a sugar-filled coffee, then I think that you will soon, like your day-to-day life will become a healthy lifestyle. Don't get me wrong, everyone has their cheat days and so do I, but you can't think of living like, oh, I'm gonna live this healthy lifestyle, I'm gonna go to the store and buy just veggies and chicken. Like that's not maintainable, and it's also not like realistic as much as you like to think it is and you see on Instagram and all these girls just doing that. It's really, really hard. And so I found that like just doing things day by day and taking it step by step helps me. So hopefully that's like helpful. How do I stay so positive? I put this question in here because I wanted to like let you guys know that my life is not perfect and I'm not always positive 100% of the time as much as I want to be. I want my channel to be like a place that people can come and it's really real and raw, and they can feel very like comfortable on my channel and like relate to my channel. So I put everything out there. Like I share my whole life with you guys. There's nothing that I like alter or try to hide or anything like that. With that being said, some days I do have really, really bad days. Like yesterday, for example, I came out of the shopping mall and I had a boot on my tire and I just like broke down, started crying, called my mom, like, and something she like has always taught me growing up, which I like want to share with you guys, is she always like has told me the advice like someone out there has it worse than you, and like it can always be worse. So like, yeah, I had to pay $100 to get that boot off my tire, but like someone out there doesn't even have enough money to buy dinner or lunch, or they don't even have a roof over their head. So it's like it could always be worse, in the little things that I'm like complaining about or dreading and things like that, somebody would love to have. So I think that that keeps me positive, knowing that someone out there has it worse, and that I need to be very thankful for what I have and what I like can do and am capable of, because not everyone has like that. So if you are struggling and you think that like your life is falling apart, just think that someone does have it worse and that you can get through it and that you will get through it. I always like to like listen to like calm music or things like that, or sad music, and just like cry it out, and then I feel like 100 times better. So try that if you want. I'm not always 100% positive, and like when I'm having a bad day, I don't want the vlog to be all about a bad day, so then I'll just choose not to vlog that day, or sometimes I'll cut it out. But like there are some clips and stuff where I'm like, oh, like this sucks, like whatever, like, and it's because I want my channel to be 100% real with you guys, and I want you guys to feel like I'm a real human being, because I am, and I don't have like everything perfectly lined up, and not everything in my life is perfect. So I am a positive person, but I definitely do have my down days. So next question, I was surprised that I got this question a lot, and it's like some people might think it's like TMI, but I have a lot of you guys wondering, so I wanted to address it. But I had a lot of questions about birth control, and if I'm on birth control, how it affected me, and just like a ton of birth control questions. So I wanted to like address that and say like, yes, I am on birth control. I am about to be 23 years old. I got put on it when I was 19, I think. I was like a senior, 18, I was a senior in high school. So basically I'm not a doctor, so I don't really have like any advice on that, besides if you don't have supportive parents about birth control and you really do want to get on it, there are places you can go, doctors you can talk to get that sorted out, and there's always someone that will help you. If you are lucky enough to have parents that support you with that decision like mine did, feel free to talk to them. If you're scared about talking to them about that, just do it, and then once the conversation's over, you'll be like, oh, like I don't know why I stressed about that. It's a natural thing about life, a natural thing about girls' bodies, women's bodies, and it did affect me in a good way. That's why I went on it. I had terrible cramps during my monthly cycle, so I got put on that when I was finishing up high school, and it really has helped. So by no means am I a doctor and can tell you like what birth control to go on or anything, but definitely talk to someone who has like the education behind it. And yeah. Okay, so next up, moving into fashion, someone asked, you always have the cutest outfits. Where do you get inspiration / outfit ideas? And I've touched on this in my last Q&A. I'll have that linked down below for you guys. But basically, growing up, me and my mom, I mean, I have 2 sisters and my mom, so it's like a house full of girls. And we've always loved fashion, shopping, all that stuff. My dad is a big fan of it. And so I just grew up kind of, my mom has really great style, both my sisters do. So I kind of just grew up around it. I also have always loved like watching like what the models are wearing, and like what's coming up in like the next like season of fashion, like what's the new trends, things like that. My favorite stores at the moment though, I would say are Zara, Free People. I've always loved Aritzia. I've been like new to the whole Aritzia gang. I know like Aritzia is like a big thing around YouTube right now. I watch Maggie's videos and she is always talking about Aritzia, so I started trying that, and big fan of the quality of their clothes. But basically where I get like my inspiration from is I'll just go on the website, and when I'm online shopping or looking at clothes, I really pay attention to what the models are wearing and what they're styling it with, because I feel like then I can be like, oh, that top looks good, or oh, they're styling with like a pair of black jeans like that, like I should do that, and like vice versa. And then I also love looking on Instagram at like, what are some models I love? I love Candace Swanepoel's like really simple fashion. I love Romy. She's also a Victoria's Secret model. She has a YouTube channel as well, and it's great. So I highly recommend watching her. And then like Lauren Elizabeth has great style. She's always like on top of the trends, so I like to follow her for that. And Hailey Bieber I love. I just love like right now I'm really into the simple chic look. And then also kind of like the business casual look I'm really into lately. And then like the comfy look, which is like a huge trend right now. So that's kind of like a little summary of like fashion and where I get it, and like my favorite stores and stuff. So I hope that helps. So moving into school, I get a ton of questions about this. I talked a lot about it in my last Q&A, like I said, but I just kind of wanted to address it a little bit more because I still have a lot of you guys wondering. First off, my major is advertising with a certificate in entrepreneur. When I went into Georgia, I didn't start with that major. I ended up switching, and I'll like get to that in a second. But did you know what you wanted to do going into school? So basically I knew that I always wanted to do some type of like broad degree, or get like a broad degree, because I wasn't going to be a doctor, I wasn't going to be a lawyer, anything like that. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I didn't even really, like I took a gap year, so I didn't even really have plans to go to college. Like I never really thought school was for me, but I ended up going after like the whole modeling thing kind of ended, because I just wanted to have a degree for later on in life. So I'm really into the whole creative side, obviously, like with YouTube and stuff. And so I talked to my advisor. She was super helpful, and we ended up deciding on doing advertising because that's more of like the creative side at Georgia. And so I work on a lot of group projects and like really creative like ideas and thinking and things like that. So I really do love my major and what I'm going to school for, because I feel like it's really broad and I can really do anything with it. What advice would you give an 18-year-old going into a university? I would say to keep an open mind. That's like the most important thing. Don't close any ideas off or any people off or anything that you think like, oh, well, I'm not gonna like that. Like, it might end up being your favorite thing or your favorite club or your favorite person. So really just be open-minded going into school, and don't think like you already have it all planned out and mapped out, because chances are it's not gonna turn out exactly how you want it to. College is like supposed to be the best 4 years of your life, and like you discovering and finding yourself. Really be open-minded, because if you're going to a big university like Georgia or something, like you really are gonna meet a ton of great people, and really enjoy it if you stay open-minded. So that's that. Plans after college. So I'm moving to Raleigh. I am gonna be moving in with Dylan. I'm gonna talk about that later. Like I keep saying Dylan. I have on my computer Dylan as the next topic. So I'm moving to Raleigh. I graduate in May, and I'll be moving to Raleigh in August. Me and Dylan are still trying to decide on apartments and things like that. We've been kind of going back and forth about like getting a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom or things like that. But we have been dating for 5 years now, and we found that, or we think that it's like time to kind of move in together and like kind of see what it's like living with each other, since we have been long distance for so long. And yeah, just kind of start our next chapters of life together. He's graduating actually tomorrow. I'm going to Raleigh to watch him graduate, which is really exciting. But then he'll be in grad school for the next 2 years, because he's still going to be playing football. So yeah, that's my plans after college, moving to Raleigh and doing YouTube full time. Do I live with roommates and am I friends with them? So yes, I do live with roommates. I have 3 roommates. They're just like never really in the vlogs, because I don't want to like force the camera in their face or like make them feel uncomfortable in their own house. Also, we're always like all over the place, so we're not ever really all together at the same time because we're all so busy. I have 2 roommates that I met from cheer at school, and then my 3rd roommate, Mariah, I met from my friend Maddie from high school, and she actually just graduated and moved out. So we have a new roommate moving in, and it's actually Dylan's little sister, Cassidy. So I'm really excited to live with her. I think it'll be really fun. She's transferring to Georgia and she's super excited, and I'm really excited and happy for her. So I think it'll be fun because we're like best friends, and I like made a joke to Dylan. I was like, Dylan, when you come and visit, you'll be visiting me and your sister at the same time. So I think it'll be fun. What is my end goal, and do you think you'll accomplish it? So I don't really have a set end goal right now, just because I've really just started this whole like YouTube chapter of my life, and I've been absolutely loving it, and I'm so thankful for it. But I do think whatever I like set my mind to in the future, I will accomplish. I've always been someone that whatever task I'm given or whatever like comes to mind, I always accomplish it, and I always finish it strong, because that's just how my parents have always raised me and taught me to do. My mom and dad have always said that whatever you set your mind to, you can and you will accomplish. So I really do think that I will, and I'm excited for the future and like what that brings, because I have a lot of stuff like all up in here, but I just need to get it out on paper and like my ideas and stuff. So obviously I'll bring it all along, you guys all along the journey of it all. But I really do think that my end goal is definitely, it's not set in stone right now, but I definitely do want to eventually own my own business. And by business, I mean like something kind of little, with that being like a brick and mortar store or an online store or my own clothing line, like something along those lines, or like a home. Like I'm obsessed with home decor and stuff, so I would love to design like a home decor line or something like that. So yeah, those are just like some ideas, but I'm excited. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So in 5 years, I'm gonna be, how old will I be? 27? Yeah, 27. In 5 years, I'll be 27. So I hope to be married by 27 and maybe be pregnant with my first kid. Me and Dylan both have talked about wanting to have a lot of kids, so hopefully I would have at least one, maybe pregnant with my second. I don't know. But 5 years I really want to have like my own house and the start of my own family, and I literally cannot wait for that. I'm so excited. Dylan grew up with a big family and so did I, so we both love like the whole family aspect, and yeah, I'm excited to see where my future with Dylan takes us. So 2020 goals, I'm not going to go fully into that because I do want to make a full video on my 2020 goals and like my New Year's resolutions and things like that. So if you want to see that video, give this video a thumbs up so I know that you guys are like interested in that. If not, I can just add it into like a vlog or something. But I do have a lot of fun goals. I just started kind of writing them all down, and yeah, it would be fun to share them with you guys. So next kind of topic is all about Dylan. I get a million questions about Dylan. I get a million sorry, he's texting me. I get a million questions about Dylan and like our future, engagement, marriage, kids, moving in, like the whole 9 yards. So I want to kind of address all of that right now. Are you and Dylan going to be moving in together? Yes, we are, in about 8 months, which is crazy. We've been dating for 5 years and we've been long distance for about 3.5. So we'll be moving in together. I'm moving to Raleigh, like I said earlier, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to live with him. I know a lot of people have mixed opinions and like views on that, but both of our families support the idea, and I think it's important to live with someone who you're planning to spend the rest of your life with before you have that ring on your finger. So how do I deal with missing Dylan while we are apart for long periods of time? Basically, I always have like a countdown to the next time I'm gonna see him. I find that that really helps. If I know like, oh, I'm gonna see Dylan in 15 days, or like I can kind of count the days down. But if it's like, if I don't know the next time I'm gonna see him, the days seem to go by very slow. So I feel like that's like a tip that would help. Okay, so next I have you and Dylan ever talked about getting engaged? So yes, we do talk about it. In my sister's wedding vlog, I got so many comments and questions saying like you're next, when's the wedding, things like that, which I think is funny that you guys like are saying that. But basically we're not in any rush because I mean, we're both still in school, we're young. Dylan's only 21, he turns 22 in January because I'm a year older than him. But basically, yeah, we do talk about it, and we do say that like I think that we're on the same page with it, but we are like planning to like spend the rest of our lives together, which is exciting. But I just don't want to rush like an engagement and like freak him out or scare him off. Like, yeah, I would love to be engaged right now, but we have like a lot of stuff first that we need to get kind of like in order for our future before we like go into like planning a wedding or being engaged and stuff. So, and I don't want to rush it because that's his decision, not really mine, but we do talk about it and we do have the same like agreement and beliefs on it. So to short-term answer that, yes, we do talk about getting engaged, and yes, we plan on getting married one day. What does Dylan think about me doing YouTube? He is so supportive of it, and I'm really thankful for that because I feel like if I didn't have a supportive boyfriend for like this, then it would be kind of almost impossible, because this is like vlogging and like showing your whole life on camera really does, it's like an everyday thing. It's always like having a camera in your face, or oh, let me show this, or you know. So if he wasn't positive and like really supportive of it, I don't think that it would work out. But he really is, and he's always like, oh, like so happy for me when I like reach a goal or accomplish something that I've been like working towards. So I'm really thankful for that. He's also always been supportive over everything that I've done like in my life, like no matter what decision, like when I decided to go to school or the modeling thing, like we've been dating for 5 years, so he's been through all of that with me. So Dylan's great. Okay, next, going into YouTube, I have a few questions about YouTube that I wanted to touch on. I know this video is getting long, but I always get so many questions about what made me build up the courage to start a YouTube channel, and like how did I start. And I just want to say that like if you are watching this and you want to start a YouTube channel, you should just do it. You're always going to regret if you don't. If you're my age right now or even younger, you're young, you have so much to look forward to and so much life, and if you live your whole life regretting and not doing it, you're gonna really regret that, because I did the same thing, and if I wouldn't have done that, I would have had a channel probably 5 or 6 years ago, honestly, because I've grown up watching YouTube, I've grown up loving YouTube, and it's just something I've always loved and always have wanted to do. So I'm really glad that I finally got over caring about what other people think or want to say about it. I like, don't get me wrong, it hasn't been easy. Like, I have had some friends like kind of talk negative about it or make fun of me behind my back for it, or like, oh, she's like YouTube girl, whatever. And you just have to ignore that, because at the end of the day, those really aren't your friends, and you will have the friends there that like support you and back you up, because I have so many friends that are so supportive over it, and I'm so thankful for that, because it does make it that much easier. So if you're wanting to start a channel, do it, because you will regret it if you don't. Next, how do I get over perfectionism when starting a YouTube channel? I wanted to put this question in there because my channel is all about showing you guys everything in my life. I don't really keep anything a secret or hide anything from you guys. So with that being said, my life isn't perfect, so my channel is not going to be perfect. Don't get me wrong, there has been some videos where I've thought about not posting them because I'm like, oh, is that going to be entertaining for them, or are they even going to like that? And I like to believe that my followers and my subscribers and people watching, I don't even like to say subscribers, I like to say like friends almost, because you guys like see everything about my life. You guys obviously watch for a reason and like my life and my style of life and like, I don't know, everything about my channel, because you watch my videos obviously. So if I'm like sitting here trying to like make it perfect and not really how my day-to-day life is, that's not being real with you guys. And then that, I don't like that, because I want my channel to be 100% authentic and real, and I want it to be really relatable for you guys. So if I'm out here doing things that are like trying to be perfect or perfection, like it's not gonna work and you guys aren't gonna relate to it. So no one's life is perfect, so I just think that like my channel will never be 100% perfect, but I do really love my channel and how it's turned out and like where my channel is going. Leading me to the next question, if you could go back in time and change one thing about my channel, if any, would I? And I wouldn't really change anything, but I would say that I wish that so last Christmas, I've almost had my channel for a year. I started my channel last Christmas, on like the day after Christmas. I got the camera for a gift from my dad, and I would post like a video every like other month or like here and there, but I wish like right when I started off the bat I would have been consistent with my content like I am now, because I don't know if my channel would be like taken off more by now or like what, because consistent content is really what people like to see. People like to see what you're doing every day or every week and things like that. So I wish I would have posted like right off the bat, and the reason being I was nervous about what people would say, so I wouldn't really vlog or make a ton of videos because I was nervous to put them out there. And now looking back, I wish that I would not have been, because I kind of regret that. But I wouldn't change anything about my channel now. Other than the wedding vlog, what video is my favorite? I would say my Easter vlog from like last Easter. I went to Florida with my family, everyone in my family except Sarah, because she stayed home for work. But it was just everyone in my family was there, and it's just so fun to go back and look at that video, because we had such a fun week at the beach, and my family is so funny, and I like literally adore my family and my parents and my siblings, and everyone in my family is so funny. I think, I don't know if it's just because they're in my family and I think that we're funny or they're funny, but you guys seem to like my family too. I always get questions like, show Danny more, or show your mom, or things like that. So I love that I get to go back and look at those memories, because if I didn't have that video, like I would have probably not already remembered like certain things, and I love going back and looking. So that's probably one of my favorite videos, and like my favorite thing about doing YouTube is like all the memories that I'm just like recording and putting them out there for you guys. And then last question I want to end on is, who did you start watching that inspired you to do YouTube? So I get this question a lot, like my favorite YouTubers out there and like why I wanted to start a channel. And basically, I grew up watching YouTube. Like I would watch YouTube over TV. I would sit in my bed like every night after school and dance, and I would watch YouTube. So I grew up watching, this is like so long ago, Blair Fowler and Elle Fowler, I think. Now their names are different, but it was like Juicy Star 07 and like All That Glitters 21. Those were their usernames. That's so embarrassing that I remember that. But I grew up watching them, and I was like obsessed with their channels. I don't know why, because like that's not really like my vibe anymore. But then I started watching Lauren Elizabeth when I was getting a little bit older, because she was going off to college and it was like relatable for me. So I really, really loved her channel, and I still do. Like I watch all of her videos. So she, I would say, is the person that really inspired me to kind of start my own, because I was like in my head thinking like, oh, Rachel, like you can do the same thing. Like you can do this. Whatever. Sorry, the dogs are barking. But yeah, so I would say that she is someone that I really get inspired by and love to watch. So yeah, I wanted to end on that note. I hope that this video kind of answered your questions. If it didn't, my camera's about to die. I don't want to get cut off. Yeah, if you have any other questions, I know like the modeling topic's probably going to get a lot of questions. If you want me to do a full video on that, just let me know. It was kind of like a big chapter of my life, so if you guys want me to make a full video, I totally can. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. If I didn't get to your question, you can always DM me and I would love to answer it. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.